Hey everybody out there in YouTube land. Probably heard Patty asking about the mic that we're not using because we're not doing Facebook Live. Now why is this, I don't know why it's gotten the picture kind of out of whack, or the size out of whack. There it is. So, boy, we are a pair. We're kind of scatterbrained. Yep, see, I'll tell you that's not it. That's last week.
Well, why don't I have this week?
Bear with us. We'll catch up with you in a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves. Let's see what we got going
different.
here.
I can open it up different.
All right. Hey, Bandana Grandma, Autumn Girl Acres, Daryl Hope Camp, Mother Many Horses, Brenda, just barely Bandana Grandma. It turns out what I had was, it wasn't the Black Plague, but I had bronchitis. I may still have bronchitis, I don't know. But this is not the first time. I don't know how many times this has happened, but at least more than once, where I take off a week of vacation from my full-time job and come down sick for the entire length of my vacation. And that's what happened this time. I mean, you guys could
Wait
tell.
a minute, but you're wrong about something.
What?
You were sick longer than the length of your vacation.
Longer than the length of my vacation.
This started Wednesday night, and
yeah, this started last Wednesday night.
A week ago Wednesday.
Yeah, a week ago Wednesday. So anyway, you know, it could have been worse. It could have been the flu. When I went to the doctor, when did I go to the doctor? Monday morning. Yeah, I went to the doctor Monday morning following our Sunday night show. And was running a little fever.
Because he was even worse. He was even worse.
Oh, yeah. Was running a little fever, so they put a mask on me when I went to the doctor's office and stuck something about that long up my nasal cavity and scraped something off the top of my brain.
All right, that's too much detail.
Oh, my gosh. That is like, man, I don't know. There's that and then waterboarding, I guess. But it was awful. And where they go test you for the flu, and I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, the doctor came back in and said, you can take the mask off. And I said, it's not the flu then. He said, no, not the flu. So I was glad about that. And he poked around and prodded a few other things, listened to me, and he said, it's a bronchitis. So put me on a short course of antibiotics and a few other things, and man,
he's been still very slow to get well.
Very slow to get well. You can hear it in my voice. I'm not well yet. I woke up this morning coughing my head off and was still wheezing as of yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. As of yesterday.
Yeah.
And as of last night. And this morning or today, the wheezing seems to have gone away. And I woke up coughing again, and
a lot today.
Really a lot. It was weird. It was almost like I was coughing more than I had been, but I do feel it drying up, you know, and I don't feel like wrestling a bear or anything like that. And I did manage to clean up the kitchen for Pat.
He did. That was a nice surprise. Yesterday,
and wash my hands good before I did it. And so it's just been something. It's just been a heck of a week.
Yeah.
And poor Pat, I don't know how she does it. This woman is, my wife's tougher than your wife.
Oh.
You know, but because she has been blowing and going and working her hands to the bone to provide an amazing Thanksgiving meal for our entire family, and to get ready for a farmer's market.
Yeah, that was very hectic. It's hectic enough as it is getting ready for the farmer's market and everything, and then having to juggle everything else. I was so glad that our youngest daughter and our youngest son were home for part of the time because they helped out tremendously.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah.
So, but
I got to figure out.
But that's the way we started out our week. Tommy, my mom had a doctor's appointment Monday afternoon. I baked all morning, and Tommy got his doctor's appointment. Our youngest son, Corey, had to drive Tommy to his doctor's appointment because he was too sick to drive. And
yeah,
oh, it That was a day.
It was a day. Yeah.
And so, but let's show them what I did. Show my
what you want to
stuff.
see? What do you want to show first?
Show my big pans. These are my big dish pans I had full of.
Those of you who follow along with Patty's live how to make sourdough bread tutorial might recognize these pans.
Yep, that's my sourdough rising, and then I got it all into loaves. That's sourdough, and then the one I guess closest is cinnamon sourdough. And then I did some big pans of rolls back there in the back. I typically don't do those. I usually do the small pans, and they sold right off the bat. So I was excited.
And this was all when? Monday?
This was Monday. I did the baking. Well, I did the baking, and I also do some breadsticks. That's the breadsticks, and this is them after it's already been baked. That's the sourdough loaves.
That's all you sent me of finished product.
Yeah. Well, the cinnamon rolls are finished, and then of course the cinnamon rolls I baked that morning. And I promised the cinnamon roll video, and I guess you can just say I lied because I did a triple batch. And when I did a huge batch of sourdough bread, it was kind of confusing because I was working with so much, and most viewers are not going to be using so much. So I decided I'm going to do just a pan of cinnamon rolls, which I guess the family will be excited, and my neighbor across the street.
Yeah. Best neighbor in the universe.
That's right. But anyway, I did have a few cinnamon rolls left over that I dropped off to him, and they had a few around here too to have some. But anyway, I'll do a normal batch of cinnamon rolls to show on the video where y'all won't have to. Well, you can see exactly how I do it and everything without having to watch the big, huge batch being done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it's always best if you don't have to do math. That's my philosophy in life. One of my philosophies in life is life is better without math.
And then our week, like Tommy said, it's been kind of crazy. It would have been a hard week without the market, without Thanksgiving. With him just being sick and me having to juggle the outside chores, inside chores, and mama and everything else. But did Corey send his video?
Yeah, I got it, and it's crooked. I don't know. Something I've run into with Wirecast, which is the software we use to do our live shows, is that sometimes when I'm importing images or little footage, it turns them upside down or sideways or whatever. And I can't figure out how to fix that. I can change the X-axis, I can change the Y-axis, but I can't rotate it 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. I can either rotate it like this or like this, but I need to rotate things clockwise and counterclockwise. And here's an example. This is a little footage that Corey sent us of the front of his car.
This was Monday evening after the long day of baking. I was totally exhausted. Corey was going to play tennis, and he wasn't gone 5 minutes, and we get a phone call. And he hit a deer. So he hit it right square on, too. Just knocked both the headlights out, messed up the radiator, the fan. I didn't know there was 2 fan things in there, but there is. One that you can see, and then one on the inside. Met a distant neighbor that's across the highway from us, and he had stopped to help Corey. A very, very nice man, and so yeah. I told him to come get a pig because I just appreciated his help so much. So
we hadn't heard from him yet, which I know it's been Thanksgiving, but we need to make sure to get him a pig because he really did help him. And one of those deals where Corey said, he saw the deer in the field to the left of him. Yeah. And what he just didn't account for.
One crossed the road, though. One crossed the road in front of him.
Oh, one across the road, and he saw the ones, and he was looking at that one, and the ones that had already crossed the road, and before he could do anything about it, bam, there was another one. So
he just assumed they were going to stay where they were, and one followed.
Yeah, well, I guess those did stay where they were, and another one came from the direction they come from, but I don't know, maybe I misunderstood it, but the good news is the meat was good, so
he hit it square right in the middle of his car. The deer had lots of internal injuries, but the hind quarters, the front quarters, backstrap,
tenderloin, all was good.
Was good.
And we're thankful that Corey, number one,
Corey,
that he wasn't
yeah.
hurt. Number two, that we thought we only had liability insurance on that car, and
Yeah.
it turns out that we had collision on the car, and comprehensive. And also thankful that Corey knows how to process a deer, because he came straight home and processed it up, and we got it in the thing. So,
But what was so funny is, I was just totally exhausted. I had baked all morning till about 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
I came
that's
home
right.
in time I got a shower and went back to Mama's, got her loaded up, went to the doctor's office, got home from there at 4:30 or 5. Corey left here about 5:30. And then we get the phone, and I was like, I'm going to sit for the rest of the evening,
Yeah.
and everything. Had Mama situated, I was going to rest, and got that phone call, and we were up till 8:30 that night, which we did the deer pretty quick, skinning and cleaning a deer. So, but there's a saying Ma Ingalls used to say, if I could get it right, there's no great loss without some small gain, and so we did get a small gain. We got a deer, so
yeah.
that was a blessing. That and Tommy was in law enforcement in Louisiana and here in Mississippi, and typically in Louisiana they had to call the wildlife and fisheries, and they came and they got the deer. They didn't let the person that hit the deer keep it.
Well, it depends. No, that was here.
Oh, that was here?
That was here.
Anyway, but it was a blessing. I asked the police officer, I said, are we going to get to keep the deer? And he said, sure, if you want it. And so I was like, yes, we definitely want it. So
Yeah.
we have our first deer of the year. Even though Tommy couldn't go hunting, God blessed us with a deer. So
My favorite deer roadkill story, when I was in, and I don't know if I've told this on here before or not, but I was a sergeant in uniform patrol in Louisiana, and late one night, cold weather season, I was patrolling, just checking the businesses along Highway 19 in Baker, and I had patrolled north going real slow and made my turn and came around back south, and there was a huge doe laying on the side of the road that wasn't there 3 minutes ago when I just come through there. So I pulled up on the side of the road and got out and drew my weapon. I eased up to her nice and close and kind of reached out and kicked her with my foot, and when I did, her body went like that, so she hadn't stiffened up at all. And I immediately got on radio and called my lieutenant and said, come over here. And we loaded that sucker up. It was 2:30 in the morning. We loaded her up in the trunk of my car, and of my patrol car, and went and woke the firemen up at the fire department, and they got up and cleaned it. And I know that may sound like...
So we have eaten roadkill before.
We have eaten roadkill. And I'm going to tell you something. That was some of the finest deer meat ever, because she was... I still can't figure out whether she just died of fright or what, because there was no injuries on that deer, and that you could see. She must have got hit in the head or something. Everything was intact on the inside, but she had no fright hormones running through her blood or anything, and she was huge. And unless you think we had some kind of power over the firemen to make them do our bidding like that, no, it didn't work like that. They cooked it. The firemen in Baker were incredible cooks, and they had a place to store it. And I think I may have brought some of it home. Yeah,
we ended up getting some of it.
And brought some of it home, but we ended up sharing it. We shared the bounty, and so in return for that, the firemen got up. They didn't mind at all. Got up 2:30 in the morning and skinned that thing out. And that's one of my favorite law enforcement stories.
He come home telling me that in the morning. I'm like, are you sure it was okay?
Yeah,
he
it
was
was
sure,
fantastic. So
we ate it.
Stop a moment. Say, I see Rain and Deep South is here. Danny and Wanda, I was bragging on you guys on Facebook Live a little earlier today, and so I've also gone on record on Facebook Live that we're coming to Deep South Homestead eventually and bringing some horseradish eventually. So
that's right.
I'm on record.
It's still green.
Yeah. But, I see Jared is here. J&J, appreciate you hopping in. And I saw some smart aleck comment about that's what you do when you can't get elk tags. I don't know if he was talking about me, but
no, I think it was somebody else. I think it was Rain that said he hit a deer, hit an elk or something. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
But
Look, people in
but
Mississippi will go out of the way to hit them.
oh, not us. But one dilemma that we're in, it happened that Corey was just 2 to 3 miles from the house, and and right down the road from where he was, the man has a body shop and everything, and so Casey's body shop.
They probably kin to us too.
Yeah. But anyway, actually, is his uncle to my oldest son's best friend. So anyway, we know him through that connection and everything. So
that's right. I forgot about
the
that.
nice man that stopped and helped us. He put that plastic thing back on the fan that's on the inside, and he had Corey crank the car, and it worked and everything. So we just drove it right there. But and the man said, Corey's driving, I think it's a 2002 Suzuki, which it was my mom's car. Or a little SUV.
Didn't have hardly any miles on it.
Yeah, it didn't. It still don't have 100,000 miles on it. So it's been a great first car for Corey, and I knew that he would be wanting to get something newer soon. He's still in college and everything, but the body shop man said, he's just not sure whether it'll be totaled or not, because the car is not worth but about $1,500, but it's worth so much more to us to have to turn around and buy a car, and we're just not in a position, we're just not ready, so I don't know.
Find out tomorrow about that.
We should hear tomorrow, Tuesday, but we just don't know what route we're going to take, if they total the car, or if we tell them, well, we want to fix it, or I don't know how that works. So that's just kind of a bad situation. We don't know, what to do, so.
Wayne is in the house. Hey, Wayne.
Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne's country living.
But one thing I want to mention to y'all while I was at the body shop is that we just got to talking and everything and there was a table sitting there, and it was really dark when we were there, but he had the light on and everything in his shop, and there was a table there that he had built for his son, and it was pretty, and we were talking about it and everything, and then he got to tell me how he had started making bowls and I've been interested in that. I've told Corey and Tommy that I thought that was something that we should do. That's something that we could actually sell, as a extra business for the farm and everything.
She's always looking to make a penny.
Anyway, I just thought it would be something that would really go along with my bread making and everything, to sell bread bowls and things like that. And so he has got the most gorgeous bowl collection that he's made, and he is selling them. And he showed me his lathe and everything, and I've really not known. I knew you needed a lathe and all, but I didn't really know exactly how that worked. Bring me one, please, baby, and everything. But he showed it to us, and so I'm like really excited. Tommy and I had already decided we needed to give each other a workshop for Christmas. Well, I have our first. Is it a tool or machine to go in it? So I really would like to. We're both getting us a cough drop right now. So, but that was one question.
Welcome to the AldermanFarms Infirmary.
One thing that I do the farmers market, and I would really like to go off on that venture as far as making bowls and stuff. And we have all the trees on the property, different varieties and stuff like that. In fact, that cedar that's out there, I could make some gorgeous cedar bowls if somebody would buy me a lathe.
I'll buy you one tonight. You don't scare me.
He lets me have anything I want. But anyway,
I learned a long time ago how to play this game.
But anyway, I'm curious to know, do y'all do any businesses on the side to help support your farm? Any little ways that you make money? I sell my eggs, I do the bread, and I just do that during the farmers market time, which is just usually in the summertime here. But I was just curious, do y'all have any internet businesses or any businesses that you do from your house? So
I know Danny and Wanda do some stuff with an Etsy store. I've seen that. So Mr. Rain can make bowls.
Oh, cool.
Brenda says, cool.
I would love to actually get to go and watch somebody do it.
That's right. Happy wife, happy life. Rule number 1: Mama's always right. Rule number 2: in the event that Mama's wrong, see rule number 1.
That is not how we are. That makes me sound terrible.
No, it doesn't. It makes me sound smart. I know how it works. Let's see. Well, we finally also. It seems like it's been forever. We gave you I don't know how many broccoli plant updates that we had been given those broccoli plants from Dr. Bill Evans at Mississippi State at the truck crop experiment station, and we're finally getting some heads on our broccoli. I think
I'm so excited to see that.
Did the broccoli we had for Thanksgiving, did it come from another batch from somewhere?
Yeah, that's what the broccoli we had for Thanksgiving came from the plants that I had gotten that I shared with James Richmond. So
okay. So it's the same kind of broccoli, but
yeah.
So we're excited because the plants look fantastic, and are the other boxes catching up? As I assume that's
the bigger box. They're starting to catch up too.
They're starting to catch up.
But there are 3 different varieties, so some are going to be taller than others. It just depends, and they'll make heads at different times, maybe.
Did they see that?
No, I put that on there because we talked about my new car last week, but
well,
we
Patty,
didn't show them the picture.
she got to haul her stuff to the farmer's market.
I did in my car.
In her brand new car. Tell her what she's won, Johnny. And it's a new car.
It worked out so good.
It looks kind of funny. The hood of it looks longer there than it does in real life. But
well, that's why I like it better than regular van, because the hood is a little.
Yeah, it does
longer.
have a hood, but it's very nice. It's the first brand new car that Patty has had since the time we've been married.
I think so.
And it's not my fault. I didn't.
No.
I couldn't bring her to get a new car, and but she just. Have you talked about the deal that you got? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I talked about
I think
last
we
week
did
that we got a
talk
really
about
good
that.
deal on the car because typically we
We'll
don't
have
buy
to get
new.
some more. We'll have to get some more images and show you
Yeah, I should have
that.
taken a picture of everything loaded in there because boy,
Yeah.
that was really cool.
It's a Dodge Ram ProMaster City, and it gets good fuel economy. The inside is ginormous. I mean, it's just huge in there. You could have a basketball game almost. Half court. Anyway.
We have a few comments about the question I had. I said, Deep South says that they sell spoons, so they're making spoons, and also
we're gonna have to go
that's
check
one
that
thing.
out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that, and maybe I could have a lesson. But anyway,
hey, Wanda or Danny, whoever, put a link to your Etsy store right here. I don't mind you hawking your stuff on my channel.
Yeah, please do. We're talking about that. Anybody that has that, please post it.
Well, they have to be an admin to.
Okay.
And Wanda and them are an admin, so go ahead and post a link to your Etsy store here in this chat. And plus, it'll be there for us to, and also do it on a comment once this video's closed if you have a chance.
Idea. Good idea.
That way we can go check it out and get some ideas, and I might find some Christmas ideas on there.
But anyway, let me finish telling what they sell: cookbooks, sweet potato books, crochet dishcloths. Oh, and I have a crocheted washcloth for bath cloth, and I crocheted me. I actually knitted it. Dishcloth, and I really like them very much. If you never tried that, you need to, because they really work good washing dishes. Danny corn?
Yeah, some of his corn, I guess.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. And Beth says that she sells to her local small stores.
Thanks, Wheatree. Wheatree posted the link.
Oh, good.
You got to be fast, Wanda, to beat Wheatree.
Anyway, Beth, what do you sell? I'm curious to know. Is it just farm stuff or what?
We sell our eggs for $4 a dozen, Beth, but they're not organic.
Yeah.
They're just pasture raised eggs.
And that's high for our neck of the woods.
For our neck of the woods. Now you can get a little bit more 45 minutes north in Jackson.
Yeah.
Because it's a city and there are yuppies there, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, they're just people. There are people there who are willing to spend more money for eggs. And,
knows the difference,
knows the difference, But Jenna, the question was, what do some of you guys do to augment your farm income? Little side businesses, not a job. I do that. We augment my farm income with a full-time job. But
he works where I can farm.
Yeah, like Danny and Wanda have an Etsy store where they sell some of their crafts and cookbooks and a book about sweet potatoes and whatnot. So that's what the question was.
One thing I forget about that we sell is we sell live chickens. You know, because
Yeah.
I don't do it year round. It's just in the spring. And, you know, like I've talked about before, that we're going to actually be able to sell sex-linked chickens this spring.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about that. So that's always a nice moneymaker, you know, that we just do that once a year. So.
Yeah. And we're trying to get Corey to make some walking sticks or something. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, people pay for that kind of stuff, especially
Yeah.
it's all in how you market it and
That's
the
right.
quality of the craftsmanship. But we've got quite a number of, we've got plenty of ironwood trees on this property here that lends itself to, you know, long-lasting little craft ideas.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And so we'll see.
Beth says that old-fashioned aprons are selling like hotcakes in her area. A couple of friends are selling a couple of dozen every few weeks at $30 plus. I have a friend that makes really nice aprons, and she goes to different craft shows and stuff like that, and she does really good. And she's had 2 daughters come up, and she's taught them to sew by doing their aprons and stuff like that. So it's been a good little job for her daughters to have and not have to really leave home. They homeschool and everything, so it's something that they've been able to really enjoy getting to do. So.
Bandana Grandma sells organic heirloom plant starts in the spring on the local community Facebook page and sells out every year. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
We've actually, the last 2 years, we've talked about growing plant starts. In fact, you did. You sold, I don't remember how many.
I sold some tomato plants
You
this
sold
last year.
quite a few tomato plants this last year because we had tomato plants just coming out the wazoo. We had tomato plants everywhere. And so we're probably going to, I'd like to regroup. We had a spectacular fail on our first effort at growing microgreens.
Yeah, we sure did.
And,
a huge fail.
But hopefully we can, you know, I would like to fail forward and
Yeah.
try that again. I think we know why we failed because every video tutorial we watched was taking place in climates far different than ours.
Yeah, up north.
Up north, and we didn't take into account the how much hotter it got here, how much more quickly it got hot and humid and blah blah blah. And we think we basically baked the little plants.
I kept a little thing on there like I was supposed to do, but
there's more and more young chefs coming around here that are interested in things like microgreens, and so I really think we can make a go of it, you know. But we just have to regroup.
I think so.
And try it again.
And it's a fast overturn.
Fast turnover.
Yeah.
A couple of
turnover.
weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, yeah. And thank you, Jana, for saying I have a nice car. And my car does not look as much like a hearse, Susan, as some of those cars. And I don't think it looks like a hearse.
You know, the funniest thing is our kids are, you know, they want to be nice. And, you know, the lengths at which they go to have gone to pay Patty compliments on her new car without saying, "Hey, that was cool" or something like that. It's funny. I can't remember what they said, but
My son-in-law said they came over and they saw the car while I was at my mama's house getting Thanksgiving dinner ready, and you know we live right next door to each other. And so when he came in, he says, "I really like the inside."
Yeah, I really like the inside.
Yeah, in other words, the outside's ugly. But you know, I've been looking at this car for a year, so the looks of it has grown on me. It don't look near as ugly as I first thought it did. And the front is cute because it don't look like smushed. And Corey's laughing over here. Anyway, but it is so functional for us. You know, it's got almost, not quite, but almost twice as much room in the cargo area as my, what did I have?
You had an Escape.
My Escape had. So, you know, it's got so much more cargo room. And the back seats push all the way up to the front seat. So I told Tommy if we ever take road trips, we could bring a blow-up mattress and put back there, and we could put a bed back there.
Yeah, there's enough room. And it's going to look a lot better when we get our logos on there, because you see Patty in that photo, she's standing right by the back seat windows, and you notice on the back portion back there it's just metal. There's no window. Well, we're going to have our little AldermanFarms logo The round logo, that part at the top right there, and probably our web address underneath it like that on there, and maybe on the back too. I mean, we're not going to wrap it. That costs too much to do all that. But in that photograph, it doesn't look. In the daytime, it looks black, jet black. The official color is metallic black. So in the nighttime, it almost looks like a charcoal gray for some reason. But in the daytime, in regular outdoor light, it's jet black. So it'll look good with maybe that. Oh, there it is. It's right there on the bottom of the screen, and along the lower third. But maybe on the hood. I don't know. We'll see. But we think it'll look pretty jazzy.
Mother of Many Horses said she was wondering if she should try and sell her dollies. I definitely think you should.
Absolutely.
And especially this time of year. And there's so many unique Christmas things that you can do with them, that you can make out of dollies too. So.
Patty Hearst.
Oh,
that's funny.
Man. And let's see, somebody says, where is it? Quail eggs for $12 a dozen there.
Really?
That's amazing. We're throwing around the idea of quails. Oh, and Jana makes children's clothes. I forgot about that.
Really?
She does, and very, very cute clothes. What's the name? I done forgot the name of your her Facebook.
Tall Oak Farm.
No, I know, but I don't know if Jana has her clothes on there or not.
Oh,
I think she's got another one. But anyway,
I don't know.
If you're interested in that, she makes the cutest, unique outfits.
Well, put it, Jana. Tell us what it is. Don't leave us hanging.
And anyway, she'll make special order stuff. She don't just make up stuff to sell it, but she actually she makes up.
Yeah.
You know, she brainstorms with the moms and makes up the cutest little clothes.
So we last week when I was Patty's finger's fine, I guess. I hadn't even asked you about your finger.
Yeah, my finger.
Yeah, she had.
Let me get it up there.
Came in with the blood, gore, and guts and veins in your teeth. Last week when I was in here, just really not wanting to be in here, and Patty and Corey were out processing the turkeys, and we had an opportunity to finish Mississippi processing that turkey.
Oh, yeah.
That's it right there. Is it healthy? Who cares?
It's Thanksgiving.
The first time I can remember eating a deep fried turkey for Christmas or Thanksgiving, I didn't care if I ever ate a baked turkey again or a smoked turkey or anything. And that remains the case today. Now, optimally, it would have been done in peanut oil, but we just didn't do it this time. But really, actually, kind of messed up, overdone just a tad. I was glad to be able to get outside and sit for a while. This is another one of those pictures that's twisted sideways. That shouldn't be like that, but my boy, my giant, 150-pound lap dog climbing up in my lap while we were monitoring the turkey frying, and had another one of these pictures that shouldn't be turned this way, but
and that's the ones I sent you.
Yeah, and the other one you sent me I didn't even use because it was completely upside down and just looked horrible, but it was delicious. I can promise you that. And I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot of it left, and so unfortunately I had to miss all the family photos.
Yeah,
but
we missed him too.
I did. Everybody did come over and say hey and give me a fist bump at least. So I'm just missing Cameron, but he'll be home for Christmas, our oldest boy who lives in Oregon, and that's Carly Ann, our youngest daughter on the left, Corey, our baby boy, in the middle, Chelsea, our oldest daughter, and her husband Guillermo, who is Tomas's dad. And of course they had to have some time for silly pictures. There's Carly Ann. I mean, everybody pretty much calls Carly Ann Annie now because that's what Tomas calls her. So, and then Corey's.
Wait, let me say bye, Tams. I'm glad you stopped in. Have
Yeah.
a good night at work, or good day at work for you, huh?
Yeah, good day. Thanks for stopping by. And we had some baby pigs. It seems like, you know, do you have any baby pigs today? Well, what day is it? I mean, but we did have some baby pigs, and
Yes.
Corey's girlfriend Kayla is an animal freak, and so she came, and can't really tell there's a baby pig in front of her, but
Yeah,
she had
it
fun
kinda
out in the
blends
barn holding up the baby pigs and playing with the critters. So, all right, now I'll run through all the pictures. So I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have been more wise in spacing them out.
Space them out, yeah.
Yeah.
A mother of many horses says that she's never had fried turkey before,
Oh man.
and they've already told her, you know, you'll never want anything else.
You'll never want anything else. I mean,
So
I'm serious.
amazing.
What it does to me, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you talk to 5 different people, they'll give you 5 different reasons they prefer it. But it locks in the juices in the white meat unlike anything I've ever seen before. You know, typically the white meat on a turkey, you know, kind of has a
Can get-
reputation of
yeah.
being dry.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something about dropping it in that hot oil seals it in there, and it's not grease. You know, I know somebody's probably thinking, well, yeah, it ain't
It's
dry, it's
greasy.
full of grease. No,
No.
it's not. But something about it rapidly sealing it in the carcass.
And two, one thing that we do, and they sell the stuff in the jar that you can season your turkey with, but the way we do it is I take an onion and 2 garlic cloves and 2 to 3 cups of water and put it in the food processor. Actually, I don't put that much water in the food processor, maybe a little bit. And you puree that and you mix the water with it. And you add a little salt and Tony's to
Where's
that
your thing?
liquid.
Where's your thing?
It's over there somewhere. Anyway, you add salt and Tony's to that liquid, and then you actually shoot the turkey up. And so Tommy said inject it. That's probably the proper term, but
Heroin addicts shoot up.
look at the dish drain right there, Tommy. I think that's where it's at. But anyway, so that's what you do, and you numerous times, and it just gives the meat. It just really tastes amazing. So you've kind of got some salt in it, and then you put Tony's all over the outside. You do this the night before, so it's in, you know, it gets in the turkey and everything. And so I actually shot up one turkey,
Injected.
1 turkey and 1 chicken with that mixture. So it really was amazing.
There's actually a company out there that's based in Louisiana, Cajun Injector or Cajun Injection Company, and they sell their own mix, their own spice mix for shooting up your turkey.
But
I say it too. I say shooting up the turkey too.
But I'm going to tell you, I've had it with the different seasonings and stuff. I prefer the onion and the garlic and Tony's and salt by far better.
Yeah, because it's not overbearing and it doesn't overwhelm.
It enhances the flavor of the turkey.
It enhances the flavor of the turkey. I mean, I guess you could just, you know, if you wanted the other, you could just take a can of Tony Chachere's. I wonder if they've ever even seen that.
Well,
What that is.
some of them may not have because that is a southern thing. So, but 10 gauge needle. I know. Did you notice I kind of leaned away from that thing? I didn't want to get poked by it. It's huge. But anyway, so that's part of our Thanksgiving ritual, if you will. Shooting up the turkey the night before Thanksgiving.
So if you want to know the secret to Louisiana cooking, or one of the secrets to Louisiana cooking, Tony Chachere's. And Zatarain's is also good. I'm going to turn this around here so y'all can make a note of that if you can read it. Let me see if I can get it focused just right.
But I actually...
Probably not.
I actually have started making my own seasoning, and I did use that on the turkey because it takes so much because you're covering the outside of it. You actually sprinkle some on the inside, and anyway, but I've started making my own seasoning, grinding up because I've been dehydrating the different vegetables and stuff. But with my own cayenne, my own garlic, store-bought onion, and ground it together. And I just love that on my potatoes, especially when I do stir-fried potatoes and everything. So, but it would have taken so much. Anyway,
I was trying to.
So.
There's a Facebook page on the back of the Tony's thing.
People from Mississippi, you know what that is.
Yeah, but I may put the link later if anybody's interested, because I think you can order Tony's if you can't get it locally in your stores. But
yeah. So, and we've actually had different people in the family move up north, and that's one of the things they have to have their family send to them.
yeah,
Is
Tony's Shashers and Community Coffee.
Yeah, community coffee. Yeah.
Community.
And my cousin moved to Wyoming. Over 20 years ago. I guess 25 to 30 years ago, and they couldn't get shrimp very much up there. And they have I never knew about dehydrated shrimp until then, because he would get his mama to send him that, because that was better than no shrimp,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's amazing what you get used to in Louisiana, when you find out it's just not that way. I know, a recurring story you'll hear from people who grew up in Louisiana who do any kind of traveling, and it's happened to us. I don't know how many times you go somewhere and you find in some other state somewhere, and you see a restaurant that is saying Louisiana cuisine, the taste of Louisiana or whatever, and you go in and you try it, and it's like, no, it's not at all like what it tastes in Louisiana.
But Cameron, there's over in Oregon, there's there's a restaurant that on Mississippi Avenue. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think is where
yeah,
it's at.
well, you'll find one. Every now and then you'll find one with some Louisiana folks.
And I haven't asked him, does it really taste like Southern cooking? But undoubtedly it's close enough, because he's eaten there more than once. So
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, occasionally you'll find a restaurant that's really being operated by somebody from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Who knows how to cook.
That's so ugly.
I mean, who knows how to cook Louisiana cuisine. That's what I meant.
I'll whip him after the show.
No. I wasn't being ugly. I meant knows how to cook Louisiana cuisine. I like Mississippi food. I'm just saying, when I get a taste for Louisiana cuisine, I want it to taste like Louisiana cuisine. But I don't have to have, I like Mediterranean cuisine.
Yes,
and that's
very
not
much.
Louisiana. I like Mississippi cuisine. You can tell by looking at me, I don't dislike much. I don't turn down too many things. All right, let's see.
Yeah, that's what Palmetto says. He walks into a restaurant, orders sweet tea, and they say they don't have it.
Yeah. And then you turn around and walk out, right?
No, that's funny. I mean, because that's just such a staple,
Yeah, it
thing
really
here.
is.
It's funny.
It really is. I actually developed a taste for unsweet tea. I mean, I don't mind it. I just know if I got my mouth set on sweet tea, it won't do, and you can't. And there's no amount of sweetening you can do to make it taste like sweet tea. But if I know ahead of time I'm going to have unsweet tea, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. So,
Teresa Dean asks, no, I'm sorry, it's scrolled up. Beth asks, is it true folks in the South eat a lot of fried foods?
I don't know where you heard that from.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would say yes to that. I think that's why. What?
Fried food every day of the
I
week.
mean,
Corey says he eats fried food every day of the week.
That's all they serve at school.
That's all they serve at his school, he says.
there's my answer to that.
Before we were health conscious and everything, I wouldn't say I fried food even once a week at home. Of course, there's a lot of fast food. I find more and more people eat fast food. So, I mean, that's, it's going to be fried. But we don't eat fried food every 2 weeks, I would say. But I was thinking I wanted to fry something the other day. I forgot what it was. So
I would think, I don't know that that's as true. I think at one time that was very true, but I think just by osmosis, more and more people are a little more health conscious to that extent, at least, where they don't just fry everything. But you can still find just about anything fried. I mean, there's restaurants here that serve fried Twinkies, fried Snickers bars. I mean, Google fried ice cream. I don't know how that works. How in the world you can fry ice cream, but there is such a thing as fried ice cream. How come it doesn't become fried milk? But
I don't know. I've never heard of
I
that
don't
one.
get it. But fried cheese, now fried cheese sticks are, man,
They're
very unhealthy.
Good. Very good. Yeah.
but very good. So mozzarella, or some other kind.
It's
But,
mozzarella.
Is it mozzarella?
Yeah.
But
I made some one time.
yeah.
I think it's when you change your diet, the longer you're away from something, you don't crave it as much.
That's true. Palmetto Paratrooper says it also depends on what you fry it in.
Yeah.
That's right. Like I mentioned earlier, we just didn't. Peanut oil is so expensive, but it would have been a lot better for us to have fried that turkey in peanut oil.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably should have never said nothing, and you would have known what we fried it in. But, so different oils are healthier to fry things in.
Yeah.
And 5 pounds of sugar to 1 gallon of tea. That's about it, Wheat Tree. Pretty close. Actually, we sweeten that when we do drink sweet tea here in the Alderman household. We have sweetened it before with honey, but it takes, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it just takes a lot of honey.
Well, it takes no more honey than does sugar. Honey is just so much more expensive than sugar.
I guess that's what I meant.
That's kind of when we switched. I used to make tea every day for the family, and we have 4 kids, and they were still young. It was before we moved here, and when they were running out of tea in a day, and a pitcher of tea wouldn't last a day, I said, I'm tired of making tea. I'm stopping this. And so then, and I was using honey at the time, and so I kind of cut down on my making of tea, and so we transitioned over to water and milk, which of course we had our own goat's milk. So that's what my kids grew up on, is milk and water.
You know what? I just got an
Mainly.
idea. There's people in here talking about lard,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody said, Mother of Many Horses, you're right. Lard is healthier for you than vegetable shortening.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything unhealthy about lard. And Patty's grandpa, who lived to almost 107, he ate lard with a spoon. He didn't really, but he cooked everything in lard. And wouldn't it be amazing next year if I want to make this a goal of ours,
Okay.
that by the time we're ready to fry another turkey next year, we can do it in lard.
Whew, that's a lot of lard, baby.
Well, how many pigs we got?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It'll be more than me rendering lard for that
Well,
much,
that's
because we
true.
went through. We used 8
but
gallons.
we could just render it, and drop the turkey in it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see.
Makes
We'll
sense,
see.
right?
We'll see.
You don't have to do it twice. Render it that day. Render it and put the turkey in it.
Take too long. Do you remember how long it took me to make that video when I got 2 gallons of lard out of it?
Yeah. Well,
So, but anyway,
I guess
I was
you're
actually
right.
talking with Jana today. She said that she made her biscuit mix, and she didn't have any shortening, so she put the lard in it. And she said that her husband even noticed. She wanted to know what was different about the biscuits because it made them so much better. And our video that we have on biscuit mix, I told Tommy we've got to update it because I switched over to using lard a long time ago when I met a man at church, an older man, and he said he would make his biscuits with nothing else but lard because it just made them so flaky and
So
everything.
flaky.
So, and Jana and her husband and kids noticed a huge difference in using lard.
and I'm gonna tell you, we've made things with lard before that didn't come from us, and it came from somebody else, a friend, a former associate, and the things you made with it had a funny taste, and it was rancid, but the lard that we've made, there's no taste. It's just perfection.
Yeah,
it's just
really so
absolutely,
nice,
it's
yeah.
absolutely perfection. 10 minutes, by the way. Just got a 10-minute warning that it'll be time to jump over to Big Family Homestead to see what Brad and Krista's got going. And if we haven't mentioned, I know I mentioned it on Facebook Live a little earlier today, we are a member of the Homestead Network. You can go to thehomesteadnetwork.com. I know Weetree's probably already put the links there and will again. Mm-hmm. And you can find a collection of like-minded, semi-like-minded folks and YouTube channels that have sort of loosely banded together to form this Homestead Network. And just about every day of the week, there are at least one and sometimes multiple live YouTube shows on everything from the kind of stuff we do to all-out, full-fledged homesteading to prepping and just all kind of stuff. And lots of great folks. And you know, if you're not aware, I know most of you I'm probably preaching to the choir. I don't know. I have the chat box has been going so fast. I don't know if there's any newcomers here, but just in case there are any newcomers, please go to thehomesteadnetwork.com and check out a tab called Showtimes. It gives you an entire lineup for the week. Mm-hmm. And after our show, be sure and jump over to the Big Family Homestead and then go see Tommy and Off-Grid Kid at the Off-Grid Nation. And then, am I missing anybody? And then Jared. Is that right? Is it just tonight? Is it just us, Big Family Homestead, Off-Grid Nation, and J&J Acres? Is that right?
I believe so.
I think that's right. But anyway, do that. And please, if you're on Facebook, go find us at AldermanFarms. That's just it. Facebook.com/AldermanFarms. No spaces between Alderman and Farms. And we'd appreciate interacting with you on our Facebook page. We're fairly active there. We're on Instagram as Alderman Farms.
Tommy's the most active. If you post something for me, he has to ask me to get the answer most of the time, or he tells me.
Let me rephrase that. If you post a question, most of the time I have to get an answer from her. But we're also on Instagram at Alderman Farms. We're on Twitter at Alderman Farms. We're on Pinterest at Alderman Farms, and so there's that.
Look, Bandana, Grandma said about lard. Can she render lard from the outer fat and skin on a ham, or does it have to be uncooked pork? I'm not 100% on that, but all you have to do is put it in a skillet on low heat. You might want to put a little bit of water while it's starting to heat up and everything, just a little bit of water, and see if it melts down. You know, I mean, that's the way.
I don't know. That's curious. No, I've never thought of that or had anybody ask. Mm-hmm. The question I would have would be about the purity, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking out loud.
No, I mean, I think it would. I think you could get it to.
But would it?
I don't know if it would be enough to worry about doing. You know.
Yeah, because it takes a lot. You know, it takes a lot of fat to render lard of any useful quantity. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, it would have to be a ham that big around, you know, to get a pint or something. I mean, I don't know. It'd be a curious experiment. And then I would wonder if it's a smoked ham, if it would it render that out? You know, I mean, the smoke part?
No, it wouldn't. You would have that flavor in it, just like bacon. That's what a lot of people have been posting on here, that they've always saved. And Palmetto said that's what he always saved his bacon grease and strained it. You're gonna, the way that you can get the taste out of that is that you would like put it in. My friend Therese, that's what she does. She saves all of her bacon grease. And you actually put it in water and you cook it like that, and then. You may want to do it a couple of times. She's made soap like this. It actually will get more white, and you do that a couple of times. And then you let it cool completely. You can put it in the refrigerator, and then your fat is going to rise to the top and be a layer that you're going to be able to actually pick up off of it. And then you can put it in another pot and do that again, and it'll purify it. And it'll take a lot of the taste out of it, like if it's bacon or if it's smoked or something like that.
Here's another thought. Brenda Collins said a pint of coconut oil is about $10. I wonder how long it takes to render coconuts. I don't have a clue. I don't know how you'd make oil out of coconuts. I'm not sure you render coconuts, but it just, you know, you'd have to have a mighty big pot to render any coconuts in it. And you got to skin that hair. I wonder if you burn the hair off of the coconuts just like people burn the hair off a hog.
I think you're overthinking that, babe.
Medicine might be kicking in. I'm not sure, but anywho, hey, thanks for you guys. It was amazing. Amazon had a little quick hit sale on some Instant Pots, not the 8-quart like we have, but on a 6-quart and then a 5-quart. And man, some of you guys jumped on it. We mentioned it on the Facebook page, and several of you folks were kind enough and to jump on there and order those things.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. Those little affiliate links, it adds up. It's not replacing any salaries, but it offsets the cost of feed. I promise you.
Yeah, it definitely does that.
And we're very thankful to Amazon for setting up an affiliate program like they have, because in case you didn't know this, if somebody you follow posts an affiliate link and you click on an affiliate link to Amazon and go buy something, you don't pay any more than you normally would. You pay that Amazon price, whatever that advertised price is, and Amazon actually gives the affiliate a little piece of their pie, which is cool, and I guess their pie's big enough they can do that, But anyway, as I woke up this morning looking at our Amazon thing, and it seems like we sold a handful of Instant Pots yesterday, which is nice, and we appreciate that. That you guys think enough of us that you would want us to have that little benefit, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're wanting an Instant Pot and you didn't see those posts that we made or whatever, just be checking on Amazon often, because they are having those sales.
No, don't do that. Check on our Facebook page often.
Yeah, he's going to be posting as soon as when we find them.
Yeah.
We actually we're been looking for some.
I'll look tonight and see if they still have those on sale. It was the 6-quart, I think, that was on sale. I don't remember, but if they've got any on sale, I'll post it in the link in the description of this video, and make sure to let you know what size it is, because they do have different sizes.
Yeah.
And they do have a 6-in-1 versus a 7-in-1, and we think the difference is the 7-in-1 includes a yogurt setting. We think that's the difference.
And I'm throwing around the idea of getting me a 5 or 6-quart one, just to have a smaller one to do smaller things in, because I did get the 8-quart one because I wanted to fit a whole chicken in there, one of our giant chickens, and it definitely fits in there. So
yeah, it's amazing stuff. So anyway, 3 minutes. What else? Let's see. What did we miss?
Oh, I just want to tell them the farmers market. The fall market last year, it didn't do so great because we had bad weather.
Thanks, Bandana Grandma.
And this year it was cold. It was, I think, the coldest day that we've had so far this fall, and so we did not have a great turnout. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, and people started coming out a little bit closer to lunchtime. But anyway, but it was just so cold. It was just amazing. So
that area is shaded there.
Yeah, if it would have been the sunshine, it would have been fine. But oh my goodness,
it's a place where the wind blows, because there's a whole thing of buildings, and so it's like in that whole little street is like a what am I trying to call it? A breezeway. It's like a breezeway, that whole little thing. So everybody, Toby, would you knock it off? He's over here making noises.
He's talking.
Yeah. So anyway, we're so thankful for you guys, and we apologize that neither one of us are up to speed for a couple of weeks in a row. And but we're getting back. Toby, quit. Be quiet. But so anyway. Just remember, guys, our weekly reminder, we really do want to live this out more and more each day. Christianity is not just an idea. It's, and of course, I don't have time to get into all that, but, Christianity affects everything, and it should. And so, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. And why? Because He's worthy of it. He's going to get glory. He deserves to get the glory, and that's the least we can do as far as we're concerned. The purpose of man is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. And that's our prayer for you, that you would glorify God and enjoy Him forever. See you next time.
Bye.